Tonight, travel, booze, strippers and sex. Politicians accused of misusing your money in a corruption scandal.
Taste of freedom. An Australian woman released after being held hostage for 2 years in Iran.
The Defence Force moves to sack SAS soldiers facing accusations of war crimes.
Diego Maradona dead at 60, the flawed genius many consider the greatest footballer of all time.
An exclusive look at Perth's new underwater attraction, just in time for school holidays.
And busier than Boxing Day, the shopping frenzy predicted to shatter retail records, but is it cheaper in-store than online?
Live from Perth, 7 News with Rick Ardon and Susannah Carr.
Good evening and welcome to 7 News. A number of former Liberal MPs could be facing years in jail and huge fines after allegedly being caught in a secret web of misconduct.
They're accused of misusing taxpayers' money on travel, booze, strippers and sex in an explosive series of reports by the Corruption and Crime Commission. Here's State Political Editor Jeff Parry.
The first report exposed the plundering of taxpayers' money by former MLC Phil Edmund, who with colleague Brian Ellis spent up big in Tokyo's brothel district, known as Soapland. Today's report focused on Mr Ellis and another former MLC, Nigel Hallett, and a current Shooters and Fishers Party member, Rick Mazza. Like before, the CCC has uncovered how electoral allowances were used on gifts, wine tours, boozy lunches, strippers and sex.
We're concerned with serious misconduct, not immorality as such.
Nigel Hallett spent 12 years in the Legislative Council. He wined and dined and went to a Neil Diamond concert paid for by taxpayers. He employed his lover, Bonnie Cornwall, for half a day a week over 7 years, costing $60,000, and denied to the CCC they were intimate. Then the Commission produced text messages from Hallett to Cornwall. Love you, Dale. Hope you slept well. Could cuddle up. Maybe let you take advantage. Just thinking of you. All good and odd naughty thought. And later, great to see you. You are a horny lady, Bon.
The taxpayer has a right to expect better conduct from its elected representatives.
In 2016, Brian Ellis and Phil Edmund went to the Penthouse Club in Northbridge, where Mr Edmund paid $1,000 for a private room. The Commission produced a photograph taken that night. Mr Ellis is lying on his back with a naked woman astride his lower body. He has his right hand on one of her buttocks. When shown the photograph, Mr Ellis told the Commission, "I don't know whether you would call that sexual activity." The Commission found witnesses had lied, destroyed records and colluded amongst themselves. That could see them jailed. The CCC's investigation is ongoing, but it's stalled. A laptop computer, crucial to its investigation, is locked up in a safe here at Parliament House, and the Parliament has gone to court to block the CCC getting it. A CCC phone tap recorded Phil Edmund telling Hallett his computer stores everything. It's got the emails between all of us, Black Hand Gang dinners, it's got the video with you, me, Nigel and a current member dancing with those bloody Balinese chicks. Jeff Parry, 7 News.
An Australian woman freed after being held hostage in Iran has finally arrived home tonight. After close to 800 days in solitary confinement, academic Kylie Moore-Gilbert landed at Melbourne Airport aboard a government jet late today. Her release is part of a prisoner swap deal for 3 Iranian men jailed abroad.
Inhaling the first sweet taste of freedom in more than 2 years.
Dr. Kylie Moore-Gilbert is coming home.
Calm, poised, a smile for her captors, ushered to Tehran's airport, each step a little further away from an unimaginable ordeal. On an RAAF jet for an undisclosed stopover and a call from the Prime Minister.
I've always believed in miracles and I'm just thankful for this one as well.
She is healthy and she is in good spirits.
A victory, they say, for quiet diplomacy. 2 years and 3 months of diplomatic groundwork by Ambassador Lyndall Sachs in Tehran, letters and phone calls from Maurice Payne, a letter from Mr Morrison to Iran's Hassan Rouhani.
Her release has been an absolute priority for the government.
Secured in a prisoner swap, 3 Iranian terrorists, Saeed Moradi, Mohammad Karzai and Masoud Zada, convicted over a botched 2012 bombing attack on Israeli diplomats in Bangkok. Moradi blew his own legs off. Returned from Thai prisons in exchange. For the Iranian media before she left,
I visited a few Arab countries, including Iran, Zionist regimes and Turkey.
a dual Australian-British citizen, the Melbourne University Middle Eastern expert was invited to a conference, seized at Tehran airport in September 2018 and sentenced to 10 years for spying. Thrown into Iran's notorious Evin prison, writing to Prime Minister Scott Morrison in June of 2019 pleading for help. In December of that year, beginning one of several hunger strikes, transferred in July to Garchak prison and sent back to Evin last month, freed yesterday. In a statement thanking the government but also expressing respect, love and admiration for Iran and its warm-hearted, generous and brave people, saying she left with bittersweet feelings. From her family, we cannot convey the overwhelming happiness that each of us feel at this incredible news. But observers say the fact remains that Iran effectively kidnapped Kylie Moore-Gilbert, holding her to ransom, extorting Australia, acting like a rogue state.
It was an outrageous act by Iran, effectively a hostage situation.
With more than a dozen other Westerners facing similar treatment, one suggestion forcing Iran to end the seizures as a condition of US President-elect Joe Biden's offer to revive the Iran Nuclear Non-Proliferation Pact and lift sanctions.
We would welcome any improvements that would lead to the more lawful behaviour of states like Iran.
So would Kylie Moore-Gilbert. Mark Riley, 7 News.
Up to 10 Special Forces officers implicated in the damning war crimes report could now be stood down. El Giorgio is outside Campbell Barracks in Swanbourne. And El, what more can you tell us?
Sue, 7 News understands that a number of SAS personnel have been issued with show cause notices earlier this week. It means they only have 14 days to give legitimate reasons as to why they shouldn't be sacked. This follows the damning Brereton war crimes report released last week. It found 39 Afghans were unlawfully killed by SAS soldiers. 19 of them will face criminal investigation. A defence spokesperson told 7 News that each matter and individual circumstance will be considered on a case-by-case basis and that it is essential that due process is followed. The process to strip special awards that were given to soldiers that served in Afghanistan between 2007 and 2013, well, that process is now underway. Rick?
Thanks, El. WA denies its fight for a $600 million submarine contract is a losing battle, today launching a national ad campaign demanding Canberra reveal its decision. It would mean a 3,000 job boost for Henderson, but the Defence Minister appears lukewarm.
They're moving parts for rail, hoping the state government can move its bid for submarine maintenance back on track.
We're looking at every year employing at least another 50, 60 people.
A Christmas 2019 deadline was set and apparently forgot, so today a $300,000 ad campaign was launched to apply pressure.
Let's get on with the job, Canberra.
Reviving WA's bid to steal full-cycle docking work for Collins-class subs from Adelaide.
I think Western Australia's got an election coming up.
This isn't something we thought of last week.
It would create 3,000 jobs here, but the Defence Minister's reaction today was lukewarm, warning there is still much work to do to bring the Henderson Maritime Precinct up to world standard.
WA is worried the indecision might result in a decision by stealth. Moving the work here would take an estimated 6 years. The contract is due to start in 2026.
You don't spend the money on training people for a task that you haven't got. That is a ridiculous suggestion.
They're jobs 2 states want, but it seems some don't want work in other industries post-COVID.
Chefs, cleaners, kitchen hands, civil operators.
Tailored Resources has 460 vacancies to fill and no one's seeking them, they say, because of JobSeeker.
It does seem enticing to get paid $30,000 a year to sit at the beach.
Until April, when the cash runs out and beach lovers might hope a decision on submarines surfaces. Jessica Page, 7 News.
One of the greatest soccer players of all time, Diego Maradona, has died from a heart attack aged 60. A World Cup winner in 1986, his brilliance was unquestionable. His career, though, attracting plenty of controversy. Argentina today declared 3 days of national mourning to pay respects to the man they call God.
The 1986 World Cup, Argentina versus England. If there was one match that defined Diego Maradona's career, it was this one, scoring what many still consider to be the greatest ever World Cup goal. But just 4 minutes earlier, a goal he called the hand of God. A flawed genius who took an ordinary Argentina side and made them world champions. Born to poverty, football was Maradona's escape. World record signings for Spanish side Barcelona, then to Italy with Napoli, where he won titles and adoring fans. When he came to Sydney in 1993, he sold out the football stadium and gave then Socceroos captain Paul Wade a well-earned souvenir.
I remember Eddie Thompson saying to Paul Wade, listen, even if he goes to the toilet, you follow him up there.
On the field and off it, he was hounded and controversy followed. He developed an addiction to cocaine and was kicked out of USA 94 after testing positive to a banned substance. His goals, though, and his passion earned him the respect of the football world. From Lionel Messi, he leaves us but isn't going away because Diego is eternal. And from Brazilian superstar Pelé, I hope we will play soccer together in the sky. In Argentina tonight, a football atmosphere. And at the Boca Juniors stadium he adored, they left the light on in his private box. Matt Shervington, 7 News.
It's a power Donald Trump was widely expected to use before he left office, the power to pardon. And today he issued his first one. He set aside the conviction of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who confessed he lied to the FBI. Democrats say it's an act of grave corruption. The president is still accusing them of cheating him out of office.
I will introduce to you now, Mr. President, you are connected.
A bitter fight, baseless claims.
This election was lost by the Democrats. They cheated.
Donald Trump phoning into an event with Pennsylvania Republicans to challenge Joe Biden's victory.
We have to turn the election over because there's no doubt we have all the evidence, we have all the affidavits, we have everything.
Fraud claims thrown out by judges. Still, the post-election spectacle rolls on. Spearheaded by the former New York mayor.
I know crooks really well. You give them an inch and they take a mile, and you give them a mile and they take your whole country.
Today, one crook granted clemency, the president pardoning his first national security advisor Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. Congratulations to General Flynn and his wonderful family, the president wrote. I know you will now have a truly fantastic Thanksgiving. Heading into the American holiday, the president-elect with a national address on a national crisis.
We need to remember, we're at war with a virus, not with one another.
As he looks to mend wounds at home and bolster relationships with key allies, Joe Biden will also have to navigate one of the most complicated relationships of all, China. President Xi Jinping becoming one of the last world leaders to congratulate him overnight. Releasing a statement saying he hopes the two nations will uphold the spirit of non-conflict, non-confrontation, mutual respect and win-win cooperation. A fractious relationship at an all-time low. Its future still uncertain in Joe Biden's America. In Washington, D.C., Ashley Mullaney, 7 News.
The Duchess of Sussex has been praised for opening up on the reality of miscarriage after revealing her and husband Harry's personal heartbreak. It's hoped Meghan's raw written account of losing their second child will help others.
A couple craving privacy but happy to share the moments that matter. In May, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex released this video celebrating son Archie's first birthday.
We're going to read Duck Rabbit.
2 months on, Megan suffered a miscarriage, describing it as an almost unbearable grief made public in the New York Times. "I knew as I clutched my firstborn child that I was losing my second," she wrote. "Hours later, I lay in a hospital bed holding my husband's hand. I realised that the only way to begin to heal is to first ask, 'Are you okay?' reflecting on this moment when she wasn't."
Thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
And the answer is, would it be fair to say not really okay? As in, it's really been a struggle.
Yes.
From Harry's uncle, Charles Spencer, today.
I can't imagine the agony for any couple of losing a child in this way, and it's so very, very sad.
A spokesman for Buckingham Palace said this is a deeply personal matter we wouldn't comment on, even though Meghan is the second member of the royal family to open up about having a miscarriage. In 2018, the Queen's granddaughter Zara Tindall spoke of suffering too before having her second child.
1 in 5 women are going to go through this, and for it to be something that we don't feel able to talk about is so sad, and it's pushing things under the surface. So I think she really has come out and helped so many women.
One of the world's most famous couples hoping others feel less alone. In London, Sarah Greenhalgh, 7 News.
An out-of-control car has smashed into a power pole, leaving hundreds of residents without power. The ute was driving on the wrong side of Wanneroo Road in Nollamara when it lost control and crashed. The damaged power pole fell onto a nearby home.
And then it was just, an awful bang. It sounded like metal crunching.
Remarkably, the noise wasn't enough to wake children sleeping inside.
The weather is set to heat up next week, and Perth has a new underwater attraction to celebrate. Port Coogie's artificial reef has been extended just in time for summer snorkelers. Cyan Doherty has this exclusive report.
Building blocks of an underwater city, Coogie's artificial reef brings the ocean to life. Without these concrete modules, this ocean floor would be almost empty.
As well as doing revegetation on land, let's try our hand at doing some revegetation under the marine environment.
Today, Port Coogie's maritime trail was extended using new pieces designed and made just 6 kilometres away at Subcon in Henderson. Today, they were lifted from land and lowered into place. In a matter of months, these concrete blocks will look more like this. The trail was installed 4 years ago.
An excellent place to come and teach your kids how to snorkel.
It's also a protected home for thousands of animals.
There are 12 modules being added today, bringing the total number up to 70. That makes this the biggest project of its kind in the world.
As it grows, so does its potential for research.
UWA has been monitoring the reef for the last 3 years, and they've been investigating its value as a new habitat for juvenile fish, and also how we can enhance marinas to make them better for the environment.
UWA's researchers freedive here and will recreate the reef here, using this wave flume to investigate whether the reef protects the shoreline from erosion.
We're actually putting theory into practice and seeing a really great benefit for the environment, but also in the engineering world as well.
Cyan Doherty, 7 News.
Samantha Jolly joins us now with an early look at the weather.
Looks like a heat wave coming, Sam.
So it is hard to tell here in Perth, but parts of WA could get to 44 degrees tomorrow. The south and east of our country are going to get hit by extreme heat lasting into early next week. We could see several days in a row of 40 degrees or above on the east coast. The heat wave is already building here in WA where it actually starts, but it's inland from the city, so we won't feel it in the metro area. We've also been given the official outlook for summer. Because we're in La Nina, it's expected to be wetter and cooler than normal, but bushfires are still a major risk for WA this summer. Today was mild, cooler than average. Our top was 24 degrees. It did feel colder, though, because of the southwesterly winds. It got to 26 degrees in the Swan Valley, 25 for Ellenbrook, and it was just 23 for Kalamunda and in Fremantle. So summer is just days away, and I'll tell you how the weekend is shaping up right after sport.
Thanks, Sam. In-store, online advice on where to find the best bargains next in 7 News.
Last passenger emergency. What sparked this scare on board a Transperth bus?
Also, the changing face of Perth. New demands for more homes on less space.
How a selfish hoon left a small child fighting for life.
In sport at 6:45, how Australia plans to tame India's superstar with the silent treatment and a veteran defender playing on.
And the simple key to unlocking a free festive season cash handout. Find out if you are eligible. That's next.
Seven News brought to you by Industry Super Funds.
Pretty soon, the amount of super paid on top of our wages will go up. And up. And up. And up. All the way to 12% guaranteed. That extra money will make a big difference when I retire, put my feet up. You see, your future is even more super.
Mayday! Mayday! The firefighter's trapped! Let's get him to the hospital! Right there now!
Put your game face on. You go be brave for them.
Dibs on the puppy.
I love this job. Station 19 is where we choose to be.
Station 19 premieres Monday, 8:30 on 7.
Hello. Ooh, carrots.
We grow 'em for Woolies.
Oh.
Oh, would the guys like some?
No.
It's Christmas.
If you insist. And one more for you. Oh. Let's go. Hey, up. Be good. Sharing the spirit of Christmas. Woolworths.
The Black Friday sale is now on at Furniture Bazaar. Save big with 40% off this modular and save 50% on this 4-piece bedroom suite. Or take home this 9-piece package for only $14.99.
Grow your own veggies with Rich Grow Black Marble liquid tomato and vegetable food. It's high in nitrogen, iron and potash to create the Rich Grow effect. For bigger, tastier tomatoes and veggies, grab some today and grow you good things.
Thanks to Light and Easy, Australians of all ages can enjoy their choice of delicious, nutritious meals in the comfort of their own home. And now, we're also giving every customer 10 chances to win $10,000 just in time for Christmas. If you or someone close to you could benefit by having Light and Easy's delicious, healthy meals delivered to their door, visit lightandeasy.com.au or call us on 13 15 12.
The Black Friday frenzy is online and in-store now at Comfort Style. All furniture and bedding is reduced from 15 to 50% off. Shop online or in-store at Coburn, Malaga, Mandurah and Osborne Park. Sale must end Monday.
Seeing a sign like this might mean a few delays. But it's also a sign of great things to come, like more trains with Metronet and a smoother run on our roads. Search Building for Tomorrow to see what it means for you.
There's been a scare on a Perth bus after a woman set fire to a seat in front of stunned passengers. This vision was shot on the 950 route from Perth to Morley around 9 last night. Police say she threatened security staff at Morley bus station before trying to set fire to the car park. She was eventually detained by police and will be charged by summons.
A 5-year-old boy is in a critical condition after being hit by a wheel that came flying off a ute. The driver is accused of doing a burnout when the tragedy happened. And what's even more upsetting is he allegedly walked past the unconscious child to collect his wheel. His lawyer argued he wanted to help but didn't know first aid.
Telstra has agreed to a $50 million fine after it admitted it exploited 108 Indigenous users with expensive and unnecessary plans. The consumer watchdog says 5 remote stores sold customers extras like overseas data announcers, leaving them in an average debt of $7,400. Staff also manipulated credit assessments.
This is very serious behaviour. This is behaviour that should not be associated with their company or any Australian company.
Telstra has now waived the debts and offered refunds. A court will determine the full fine amount.
We could soon see an end to WA's urban sprawl with predictions of a new housing boom in existing Perth suburbs. A report has revealed more West Australians want medium-density developments, with small apartments and townhouses becoming hot property.
Perth's suburban sprawl now stretches 150 kilometres along our coastline. But this is what the future of living in WA will look like. Small apartments and townhouses going up in our existing suburbs. And according to a new report by the Property Council of WA, it's what almost 75% of West Australians want to see.
I think the density changes here and it's going to come into Perth in a pretty significant way.
Stockland's latest project, Canopy in Glendalough, is a medium-density development with 97 homes. It's within 5 kilometres of the CBD, but land is smaller and neighbours are closer.
I think having choice in their own suburb is a key issue. People don't want to move from where they've grown up or where their kids are or grandkids are.
For years, housing density has been a controversial topic for the people of Perth, with suburbs fighting development like here in Trigg. But experts say it stems from a misunderstanding of the benefits of urban infill.
People think of apartments that are all going to be slums and people are going to be breaking into their homes, and that's just generally not true.
A sprawling idea set to transform established suburbs. Anna Hay, 7 News.
Perth band Tame Impala is riding high, taking out 5 gongs at last night's Arias. The psych pop musicians from Freo were the evening's biggest winners. Their haul included Best Group, Best Rock Album and Album of the Year for The Slow Rush. Tame Impala has also been nominated for 2 Grammy Awards.
And still to come, the Perth schools sending their suburbs' house prices soaring.
Plus, rare apology. He wasn't speeding, so why does this Perth driver say he deserves to go to jail?
The fallout from the pub confrontation that's gone viral.
Christmas hams going cheap. Why COVID is behind a new rush for the festive favourite.
And did Bob Hawke really call the Queen a name? A scene from The Crown clarified next.
This weekend, it's your chance to complete your Pig the Pug mini book collection with a free tote bag. Get your token from Saturday's West or the Sunday Times and redeem it for your free Pig the Pug tote bag. You can only get it this weekend with the West Australian and the Sunday Times. It's summer in Australia, and that can only mean one thing.
The Big Bash is back on 7.
It's time to get together for a bash. A big bash.
Maxi hits that. It's on fire now, Chris Lynn. Marcus Stoinis brings up his century.
Rush it, Carr, if you don't mind.
It's time to get together and get starstruck. The Big Bash starts December 10 on 7 May.
Black November ends Sunday at nickscali. We must clear our floor stock and discontinued lines. Lounges reduced, dining tables reduced, dining chairs reduced, and much more. Limited stock ends Sunday. Black November at all nickscali stores. Hurry.
Make more of the things you want possible with Cash Converters. Life made possible.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Callum Murray.
Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare Iced Coffee.
For tough pain relief, my go-to is Panadol Extra. Because if I don't, with my migraine headaches, I'm kind of useless in the kitchen. It's good to know you can still help out the people who need you. Together, let's rethink care.
At Coles, we're helping lower the cost of easy entertaining with selected Coles brand gourmet cheeses, 3 for $12. Perfect with Coles assorted crackers, down to just $3.75. Coles, value the Australian way.
I think I feel okay, but I want to make sure that I'm mentally healthy. So, I'm going to get on the front foot.
Take your mental health all the way with Act, Belong, Commit today.
At the Rivergums Cedar Woods, home is more than the house you live in. Home is relaxing in an established family community 500 metres from Baldivis Town Centre. With over 10 hectares of exciting parklands, schools and lakes to explore. Come home to the place where it's all here for you. At the Rivergums Cedar Woods, for today and tomorrow.
Smiths, you know you love them.
A driver has been jailed after a couple speeding on a dirt bike at night with no lights smashed into his car. Scott Milliard didn't stop. He says it was a mistake and that he's deeply sorry and he deserves to go to jail.
It's a miracle. Chantel Murray is standing here today.
I didn't think I'd be standing up and walking as fast as but I am. So the only thing I can do is be thankful.
The 21-year-old was riding on the back of this dirt bike, which was allegedly being driven at nearly double the speed limit by a 17-year-old high on drugs. Flying at an estimated 93 kilometres an hour, it smashes into this car. With no headlights and no helmets on, the pair hit the pavement face first. Scott Milliard was the man behind the wheel of the car. He had his headlights on and he wasn't speeding, but he did do something wrong. He didn't stop.
I took the coward's way out and I'm going to pay for that.
Now he's paying for that decision with his life, sentenced today to 2 years behind bars. How do you feel about that?
I probably deserve it.
Both the 17-year-old driver of the dirt bike and Chantel suffered life-threatening head injuries. Injuries they're both still struggling with today. Chantel told me she lost a baby while she was in a week-long induced coma. That if Mr. Milliard had stopped to help, maybe her life now would have looked very different.
And that's something that will stick with me forever, and that's something he can't replace.
Cassidy Moscone, 7 News.
A pub has sacked a guard accused of choking a teenager then dumping his unconscious body in the street. The guard's actions have been condemned by Victoria's top cop with criminal charges expected. The hotel bouncer was evicting the 18-year-old for the second time. A witness who saw the man dragged outside told 7 News the guard punched the teen so hard she called 000 to report it. The pub says the guard has been employed for 6 years without incident.
Former Health Services Union boss Cathy Jackson has escaped a jail term for misusing union funds. A Victorian judge today gave her a suspended 2-year sentence. Jackson confessed to spending over $100,000 of members' fees on overseas trips, a Mercedes car, art and personal items. The judge said Jackson was motivated by greed rather than need and perhaps a sense of entitlement.
Shoppers are being told to get in early to secure a Christmas ham, with wholesalers warning of shortages. And despite disruptions to supply, retailers are keeping prices down.
It's not December yet, but Christmas hams have arrived and shoppers are already thinking of pigging out.
A massive rush for Christmas this year, and they're buying turkey, ham and pork. Everyone's loading up.
Woolworths is expecting to sell 1.7 million kilograms of ham nationwide this year.
Already seeing strong early sales of all of our Christmas products, including hams.
They're hoping to take advantage of the early rush. Half-leg hams at $9 a kilogram. This weekend, $10 off the total price. Coles is matching its rival per kilo. Wholesalers are a fraction cheaper at $8.99 a kilo. While at a butcher, you can expect to pay around double. But they say quality counts.
Double smoked, They're free range, female legs of pork, the best you can get in the market.
While prices will be much the same as last year, wholesalers say supply levels this year have been hit hard by border closures.
Borders closing, COVID, abattoirs not being able to work full productions, all those factors take time and take a lot of hams out of the market.
Tom Saker, 7 News.
Latest real estate figures are showing massive rises in housing values in suburbs close to highly regarded public schools. Domain's 2020 School Zones report found Perth took Australia's top spot for primary and secondary school catchment zones that reported the greatest price growth year on year. Homes around Como Primary and Dudley Park Primary both increased by more than 30%, more than anywhere else in the nation.
More inaccuracies have been spotted in the latest season of The Crown. It turns out Bob Hawke didn't refer to the Queen as a pig while being interviewed on Four Corners. In the recreated scene, the soon-to-be-elected Prime Minister says you wouldn't put a pig in charge of a herd of prime beef cattle, even if it does look good in twin-set and pearls. But this is some of what he actually said.
I believe that we'd be better off as a republic. But I don't think it's a matter of great importance. The thing that concerns me is the condition of men and women out there in Australia, and particularly the people in poverty.
Princess Diana referring to Ayers Rock as Ayers Dock was also made up.
And still to come, see the expensive painting that could set an Australian record.
Plus, Qantas reveals new perks for frequent flyers. The generous offer enticing travellers to make the switch.
Retail rush, how you can cash in on a bargain bonanza.
The singing seniors defying what's been the toughest year in aged care.
And in sport, in 10 minutes, Australia's plan to silence India's superstar and a forgotten Aussie on the comeback trail.
My goals, I said. Whose phone's that? Tim Payne speaking.
Payne, it's Mick. I'm looking for Andy Marr.
He's in the middle of a press conference.
Can I get him to call you back? Just tell him the Front Bar Cricket Edition is back.
Cheers.
Hope he's more excited to play India.
The boys are back. The Front Bar Cricket Edition. Tonight 8:30 on 7.
The air we breathe is full of unseen airborne health risks. Introducing V-Breathe, the all-natural, intelligent and portable indoor air purifier and detoxifier. Shop now at vbreathe.com.
The Black Friday frenzy is online and in-store now at Comfort Style. All furniture and bedding is reduced from 15 to 50% off. Shop online or in-store at Coburn, Malaga, Mandurah and Osborne Park. Sale must end Monday.
What makes telethon speech and hearing so special? It's been a lifesaver for families for over 50 years. Specialists deliver our programs in person or through teletherapy. Don't risk your child falling behind. Call Telethon Speech and Hearing today.
Remember applying for your first home loan? Well, you're a lot smarter now. And now there's a smarter loan online with an excellent low rate plus no application or ongoing fees. Apply online with TikTok Home Loans.
This Christmas, we're donating 1 million Bonds gifts to Aussies in need. Simply send a message here, here, or here, and we'll add it to our gift there. You can even do it in your undies. Join us to give a little help 1 million today.
Buy grower-directed Lansdale plants and get more for your money. We've got a huge range of indoor plants right now on special. So come on out and grab the bargains. Our early bird cash special is back at Lansdale Plants. See you soon.
You're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type. I'm the bad guy.
Seltos.
Duh.
On now at Harvey Norman, get a huge 22% off Microsoft Surface Laptop 3, Book 3, Pro 7 and selected Pro X. Or save $400 on this Acer Nitro gaming laptop with an Intel Core i5 processor. Only $996. For the ultimate in versatility, get this HP Pavilion X360 2-in-1 laptop. Save a massive $600. Only $997. Plus 60 months interest free with bonus gift cards. On now at Harvey Norman.
Go!
Cherishing the milestones as you journey together through the years. Or maybe just because. Celebrate your special moments with Rosendorff. Affordable luxury for everyone.
Now, Fuel Watch. Perth's petrol prices brought to you by Fuel Watch and 7 News.
The Australian share market has closed 47 points lower, notching up its biggest decline in November. Weakness in major banks and miners weighed on the index. Commonwealth Bank down 1.5%. Gold is trading at $1,816 an ounce. A tonne of iron ore is up to $125.20 US. 1 Australian dollar is buying 73.65 US cents.
Qantas perks typically reserved for its most loyal travellers are being offered to other airlines program members who become frequent flyers. Those who join and earn 100 status credits in their first 3 months will be given gold tier membership, giving them Qantas Club access, reward seats as well as extra baggage. The deal, extended to several airlines including Virgin, follows a flood of inquiries to switch.
It started as an American tradition. Now the Black Friday sales frenzy has taken off here in Perth. The rush is on at shops across the city, but it's one particular product that's especially driving people to spend up.
Forget Boxing Day. The best time to buy is Black Friday.
Black Friday in the last 10 years has become a nothing event to being the biggest single retail day of the Australian calendar.
What started as an American Thanksgiving sale is now a global trend, adopted by Aussie retailers.
Up to 50% off. I'm certainly making my list and I'm ready to shop.
Here in WA, we're tipped to spend more than $6 billion between now and Christmas Eve. Across the nation, $50 billion, up 4% on last year. Experts say the spending boost is thanks to one product only, the brand new Apple iPhone 12, and we'll be buying it for ourselves.
I can't go to London, New York or Paris, therefore I'm going to indulge, and this iPhone will be me.
Most of us still want an in-store shopping experience. Prices online are much the same, but online sales will be up 25% as well. If you want it before Christmas though, time is running out. You'll need to check with individual stores on delivery times. Because WA has been widely unaffected by COVID-19, retail experts are tipping West Aussies to hit the shops in droves. They say the online component will be used for product research and window shopping, but the credit cards will be physically swiped here in store. And it's not just suburban shopping centres that'll get a workout. With patronage up 60% in the city last weekend, it's expected this weekend will be even busier.
Every dollar spent in a retail store in Australia gets us onto that economic recovery.
A good excuse to splash your cash. El Giorgio, 7 News.
A Brett Whiteley masterpiece is predicted to set a new record as the country's most valuable artwork when it's auctioned tonight. Henri's Armchair is expected to fetch between $5 and $7 million. A Sydney Nolan Ned Kelly painting is currently our most valuable work.
After the toughest year in Australian aged care history, some employees have raised their voices to lift spirits with this powerful rendition of Vanessa Amorosi's classic hit.
Absolutely everybody, 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 absolutely everybody in the whole wide world.
60 residents, volunteers and employees star in the online performance.
More than 5 million Australians are eligible for a free government Christmas cash handout, and it seems many have no idea. It's money for nothing and it's easy to get, but you need to act now. We'll tell you how to cash in before it's too late. Don't miss that story soon on 7 News.
And Baz is back with more sport. Baz, all eyes on India's skipper.
And Rick Sue, yes indeed, that is the job for the Aussies, and could the silent treatment be the answer? Australia's priority 1, stop Virat Kohli. And a U-turn on retirement plans for this veteran defender.
It's time to celebrate this year's end.
What a crazy 12 months it's been.
With a Christmas special so big it spans the nation.
All hands on deck.
We can do something beautiful. 2 amazing and very Aussie makeovers.
Wow.
packed with ideas.
Terrific.
Bringing colour to any home.
I'm blown away.
And festive ideas for a happy holidays.
Christmas is shaping up to be pretty special this year.
Join us for the Better Homes Christmas Special, Friday on 7.
Black November ends Sunday at nickscali. We must clear our floor stock and discontinued lines up to 30, 40 and 50% off. Our floor stock must go. Limited stock ends Sunday. Black November at all nickscali stores. Hurry.
Retrovision flicks the switch on the 2020 sale event you've been waiting for all year. Huge savings store-wide across home entertainment, kitchen, laundry, cooking, tech and more. Don't be left in the dark. Retrovision's super sale event must end soon. In-store and online.
Feel the love with a generous 50 gig on our $30 plan. Now only $9 on your first renewal. Little SIM, big love. Amazing.
Jamie Hi-Fi's mega price splits on now with prices smashed store-wide. Like a ridiculous 30% off Blu-ray, 4K and DVDs. A massive 20% off computers. Take 15% off cameras plus tax more deals. Shop in-store, online or call us. JB, you've done it again.
Maltesers, the lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
To anyone else, this is just a car, but to the Johnsons, it's an adventure machine. At RAC Insurance, we see what you see. Join CanStar's 2020 most satisfied car insurance customers in WA. RAC Insurance, for the better.
This Saturday, get boosted odds on any 3 races at Ascot with Tap Touch. This spring, the race starts when the bet's on. Tap Touch, better your bet. Gamble responsibly.
We're shaking things up, WA. With Containers for Change, you get 10 cents for every eligible drink container at your local refund point. To find out where to cash in, visit containersforchange.com.au.
Someone's with Alinta Energy? Yeah, of course. Aren't you?
Yeah, especially with their great energy deals.
Either of you guys seen my wicket-keeping
gloves?
Get a great energy deal. Switch to Alinta Energy, supporting your home team.
This Sport Report brought to you by Alinta Energy. Get a great energy deal supporting your home team.
Hello again. On the eve of the much-anticipated tour opener against India, Australia's cricketers say they've got the right game plan to target Virat Kohli. The superstar will be given the silent treatment in a bid to dismiss him cheaply in the one-day series. Here's Mark Reddings.
Lockdown over for those Australians plus the entire Indian team who flew in a fortnight ago from the IPL. Aaron Finch with a bus full of praise for Virat Kohli. The Aussie captain convinced his Indian counterpart will be key to the limited overs series.
We have to keep looking to get him out. I think when you go away from that and you look to contain players, you can sort of miss a trick there. So there's not too many chinks in his armour. He's probably the best one-day player of all time.
A big statement backed up by figures. Kohli's on track to become the fastest to score 12,000 one-day career runs, most likely in this series. Plenty of talk from both teams during India's last tour only 2 years ago. This time, Test captain Tim Payne plans to give Kohli the silent treatment.
You don't want to rile him up. He tends to play better. So I think with someone like him, you're almost better off ignoring him. And he's the sort of guy who'll come out and try and pick a fight sometimes.
WA swing bowler Jason Berendorf has declared he's ready to make his comeback from a serious back injury in next month's Big Bash for the Perth Scorchers.
I certainly feel as close to 100% as I've been in a long time, so the body feels really good.
And the Scorchers women have fallen 1 win short of reaching the WBBL final, beaten by the Melbourne Stars by 7 wickets.
She wants it over and done with, does Annabelle Sutherland, and she does it in style.
Mark Reddings, 7 News.
The player who proved the master of Eagles champion Josh Kennedy in the 2015 Grand Final has shelved retirement plans. Former Hawthorn defender James Frawley famously kept Kennedy goalless in the biggest game of the year.
Number 12.
James Frawley.
Frawley has been signed by St Kilda as a delisted free agent. The 239-game veteran follows in the footsteps of his late uncle Danny at the Saints. And the Dockers have strengthened their position at the upcoming draft, trading their future fourth-round selection to Adelaide in exchange for a third-round pick and an early fourth-round selection. A major boost for local rugby league with NRL premiers the Melbourne Storm to play in Perth next season. The NRL has released its draw for 2021 with the Storm to face the Canterbury Bulldogs on Saturday, April 10 at HBF Park, the first of two blockbuster games in WA next year. In May, the Sydney Roosters will host the Canberra Raiders.
To see rugby league back with a vengeance, to have these games announced in the draw for next year is very, very exciting. And hopefully, COVID permitting, there'll be huge crowds turning out at HBF Park.
Both matches scheduled for Perth for this year were cancelled because of COVID. February the 1st is looming as the most likely new start date for the Australian Open tennis. The timing suits rising Aussie star Thanasi Kokkinakis, who enjoyed a breakthrough at the 2015 Open before a savage bout of illness stripped him of 14 kilos last summer.
My whole glands just swelled up and I couldn't eat or swallow anything, so it was an IV for me for a while.
Kokkinakis is fit again. He won an Open lead-up event on Tuesday. Socceroo Awa Maybill has provided a rare highlight for his side in the European Champions League. Maybill scored from the penalty spot for his side Midtjylland in their 3-1 loss to Ajax in the European Champions League. Liverpool crashed to a rare home defeat. They went down 2-0 to Italian side Atalanta.
It gets worse for Liverpool, but delight for Atalanta.
Manchester City booked their place in the round of 16 with a 1-0 victory over Olympiacos. And as we saw earlier, Diego Maradona is being remembered as a footballing genius who was plagued by personal demons. Socceroos great John Aloisi played in Italy in the 90s, where Maradona achieved godlike status with Napoli.
Well, I ended up playing with a player who played with him. I remember him telling us that Maradona used to play on the Sunday, man of the match, win the game for Napoli, and then he'll go on a 4-day bender and he wouldn't turn up to training until the Thursday, and that season there they won the Serie A title. So you can just imagine how good he would have been if he had a little bit more professionalism.
Maradona died of a heart attack at the age of 60, one of the polarising figures of the last century, certainly, but he was an outstanding footballer, no doubt about that. Rick and Sue.
Thanks, Baz. Tens of thousands of older Australians could be missing out on free Christmas cash. There's confusion among many self-funded retirees who don't realise they qualify for the $500 handout. Applying is easy, but time is running out.
Amanda is a full-time carer about to get a $500 cash bonus.
Every cent counts. This will really help towards grocery bills and everyday living expenses.
She's not alone. More than 5 million people will receive the free cash. The first hit in December, another 250 in March. The handout will help pensioners, people with disabilities and carers.
If you're currently in receipt of any of those payments or cards, you don't need to do anything. They will be rolling out progressively to those that are entitled.
But some older Australians could be missing out and not know it.
If as a result of the pandemic they've suffered a loss in income, then I'd certainly encourage them to apply.
Self-funded retirees also qualify for the handout if they have a Commonwealth Seniors Health Card, but a lot don't apply because they assume they're not eligible.
Look, the maths is complicated, the message is simple. Apply for it and see whether you're eligible. In the last 6 months, 20,000 Australians found they were eligible.
Australians have until midnight tomorrow to apply for the first payment. The cut-off for the March payment is February 26. Head to the MyGov website for more information.
Get your application in, you might be lucky.
Miley Hogan, 7 News.
Sam Jolly's got your weather next, and summer is just around the corner, Sam.
But you wouldn't know it, Rick. We had a mild day and the temperature will stay below average for a few days. There's even some rain coming. But we do have a couple of hot days in that forecast, and I'll have it for you next.
Hello, I'm Michael Usher. Tonight on the latest from 7 News, an espionage conviction saw Kylie Moore-Gilbert spend more than 800 days in 2 Iranian prisons. Now the Australian scholar's home, but with reports of a prisoner swap. So how did that all unfold? The Foreign Minister, Maurice Payne, joins me for an exclusive interview. The latest from 7 News tonight, right after the front bar.
I love you.
He thinks that I'm into you.
Crazy, huh? You're talking about an armed robbery.
I'm not going to lose you too. I have a son. I'm looking for the stewards.
You really thought you'd get away with it? Constable Thorne.
The heart-stopping final week of Home and Away. This week on 7.
If you're serious about buying a property, start with ANZ's Quick Start application. You can start your home loan pre-approval in just 5 minutes. Get on top of property buying with ANZ Buy Ready.
There's still work to be done. There's steps to be taken. Voices to be found. There's lives to be changed.
And lives to be lived.
And lives to be lived.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
And so are we.
MSWA, we know Neuro.
Check out the massive 4-day clearance. That's 4 days to clear it all. Fridges, washers, ovens and dishwashers. Brand new models. Superseded the next display stock. It's all priced to clear during the massive 4-day clearance. Guthrie Street, Osmond Park.
Maybe we could find ways to call time out on our kids' busy routines before they get sick. But if they do, Children's Panadol can start to reduce fever in just 15 minutes. Together, let's rethink care.
Welcome to Business Space, home base for business. Hi, I'm Peter McLennan. Everything a business needs to know. Office furniture fit-outs, cafe and restaurant furniture, shop fittings and fit-outs, shelving, racking, storage, business machines and business advisory services.
Bedshed's Black Friday sale is coming and it's going to be huge with massive savings on absolutely everything. Don't miss Bedshed's biggest sale ever. Starts Friday. Bedshed. No one's better in the bedroom.
See? Nailed it.
I never slept out underneath the stars. I lied about being the outdoor type. I never rolled a sleeping bag, let alone a mountain bike. I lied.
Hyundai Tucson, made for it, even if you're not.
Another sunset, another day. As the number of candles on your cake increases, so do the odds of developing neurological disorders like stroke, Alzheimer's, MS and Parkinson's. Not knowing what lies ahead is worrying. What's comforting is the Parent Institute are here with you in WA. With your help, they're conducting groundbreaking research and clinical trials so that hope is on the horizon.
Colac, Victoria, the home of ice cream. It's where we take fresh local milk and cream, free-range eggs and 90 years of know-how to craft our creamiest, premiumest ice cream. Bulla, Murray Street.
Perth's best team, reporting to you, for you, every night. Nobody knows Perth like 7 News.
Hello again. We have a mild week ahead for Perth, but large parts of the state and the country are going to be in the grip of a heat wave from tomorrow. We had a cloudy top of 24 degrees this afternoon. Right now it's 18.8 degrees and the south-southwesterlies are fairly strong. So heat is already building over much of inland Australia. It will start in WA and then move east. The peak of the heat wave is likely to hit South Australia and Victoria tomorrow and New South Wales and Queensland from Sunday into early next week. And around WA tomorrow, very hot and windy in the Gas Gascoyne, the Goldfields, as that heat wave moves through. Warburton could get to 42 and 44 degrees for the North Interior tomorrow. On local waters, southerly winds tending northeast to southeast in the morning, then south to southwesterly in the afternoon. So tomorrow is looking just like today, partly cloudy and 24. Then we have a sunny but mild weekend, 25 degrees both days. We could get showers on Monday, a cool 21. Mostly sunny and 24 for the first day of summer. Then we finally have a couple of warm days, 31 and sunny on Wednesday and 33 our top for next Thursday. And before I go, happy birthday to Ray Southcott from Safety Bay, who turned 100 years old today. And congratulations to Bill and Helen D from Bentley. They've been married for 60 years. They have 3 children, 8 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren. And also celebrating their diamond anniversary tonight, Alfred and Teresa Julius of Thornley. Happy anniversary. And now for tonight's $20 million Powerball draw. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone. Liz Cantor here, and welcome to tonight's Powerball draw number 1280. Here with me are our draw officials and government supervisor. If you won Division 1 in Powerball, you could do almost anything. Good luck. The total Division 1 prize pool, if won, is $20 million. And to win tonight's Division 1 prize, you'll need to match all 7 winning numbers plus the Powerball. And the first numbers are 30 and 20. Last week we had 4 lucky Division 2 winners who each took home over $66,000. Congratulations to those lucky winners. Third ball down was number 7, closely followed by number 3. If there is no Division 1 winner tonight, the Powerball prize pool will jackpot to $40 million in next week's draw. So make sure you grab your Powerball ticket each week to be in with a better chance. The next ball down was a 25, and here is number 21. To be a Powerball winner this week, you also need ball number 31. Now let's get on to the recap while we wait for the Powerball. 30, 27, 3, 25, 21, 31, and tonight's Powerball is number 2. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope they were your numbers, and make sure you get a ticket for next week. Have a good night.
And that's 7 News. We'll be back with updates throughout the evening. For the latest stories, remember you can head to 7news.com.au and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Enjoy your night here on 7.